It's Monday, January 20th, and time for your Barbados Today Morning News Update. Family and friends of the late Jason Hobbs are desperately seeking answers about the circumstances surrounding his death. It comes hours after police identified the body found last week at the bottom of a cliff in the area known as Elbow Bay, My Lady Hole, as that of the 35-year-old. Our Kareem Smith has more.
For residents of Harmony Hall, St. Lawrence Gap and Dover in Christchurch, the circumstances surrounding the death of Jason Hobbs are like a mysterious puzzle that no one can put together. According to persons particularly at Dover where Hobbs worked as a taxi operator just a stone's throw where he was born and raised, many remembered him as charming, friendly, and humble. It is for that reason that when the 35-year-old went missing days ago, many who knew him well were extremely concerned. Even more unsettling was the news that the body of a man found at Elbow Bay, My Lady Hole, Fortescue in St. Philip on Friday had subsequently been identified as Hobbs. Police have not officially identified the case as a homicide, but from the responses of those who spoke with Barbados Today, it is clear that some fear he was killed. At the residence of Jason's mother, Marcel Hobbs, the atmosphere was somber, and the woman who days ago was pleading for her son to come home now had very little to say. Now her only hope is that authorities can somehow explain how and why she lost her son. Kareem Smith for Barbados Today.
Classes resumed this morning for students at 3 of the island schools. Students of St. Albans Primary are heading back to the classroom today, 3 days after the brazen killing of a parent near the school. The St. James School was closed on Thursday and then on Friday to facilitate counseling for affected persons after 37-year-old Malon Holder was shot and killed in the vicinity. Count Barbados out of Tuesday's meeting between some CARICOM leaders and U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Prime Minister and CARICOM Chairman Mia Mottley has described the planned talks to take place in Kingston, Jamaica, as an attempt to divide the region. She made the comment as she delivered the feature address at the gala celebrating the centenary of the birth of the Right Excellent Errol Barrow at the Lloyders King Sandiford Centre over the weekend.
I am conscious that in the next week questions will be asked as to whether the Barbados Foreign Minister happened to be missing from a meeting in Kingston, in Jamaica, that will take place on Tuesday. And we don't look to pick fights. I don't look to pick fights. But I am conscious that if this country does not stand for something, then it will fall for anything. As chairman of CARICOM, it is impossible for me to agree that my foreign minister should attend a meeting with anyone to which members of CARICOM are not invited. If some are invited and not all, then it is an attempt to divide this region.
Prime Minister Mottley says the decision was based on principle, as taught by the island's first Prime Minister and national hero.
That sense of commitment to principle and that sense of commitment to the thesis expressed by him that we have lived by, friends of all satellites of men, is really what inspires us to this position today. And therefore, it didn't take a lot of thought as to what our decision should be, because this country does not pretend to be what it is not, and does not pretend to have that which it doesn't. But it does aspire to be sincere, and to be correct, and to be moral, and to be principled. Barbados First, as expressed by both Grantley Adams and Errol Barrow, has come to mean for us that Barbados must stand for something. And I give thanks that that expression of leadership to that person who first gave us the right to vote, then that person who gave us the right to independence, has been followed for the most part by this country and its leaders.
2020 is the year of empowerment for Christchurch East. So says Member of Parliament for the area Wilfred Abrams as he announced that he was starting an improvement and empowerment fund for the constituency this year. He says the fund was not set up to help anyone build a home or pave a road, but to help persons secure qualifications or skills for the job market.
I am making a commitment. As it stands now, I have pledges of about $10,000 for this account. 10 grand. So I could tell you safely that at this present moment, we have $10,000 for that. You see, all y'all looking at me, look at me hard. Because everybody in here who has a job, and who I know has a good job and getting a good salary, I'm coming to ask you for money. Laugh. Go along. Laugh well. Laugh. But I'm telling you this. I am coming to ask y'all for money. Everybody who I have helped to get a job, I am asking you to help somebody else. If you had nothing and you are now drawing something, then put something in that to help somebody else. I understand. This coming with strings attached. Because if I help you through this fund, understand there are strings attached. Because if I help you and you then land a job, then you need to put something in that fund to help the next fella. We have to do it together.
Abrams believes this is something that should happen in every community in Barbados, and he explained to constituents during a branch meeting last night what the fund was about.
If you have a ton of certificates, don't come to me. If you have 0 in the certificate or qualification column, come. I will help you. If I help you to sign up for a course, and understand, we are going to check these courses. You're going to be doing something that yields you or gives you some certification that actually advances you somewhere. If it's cosmetology, it's going to be somebody who's registered that you can put this up and start your business. Right? Let us start with Maths and English. I am happy to pay for anybody who does not have a CXC to do Maths and English at the O-Level Institute or at Foundation or whatever. So if you have no certificates and you come asking for help to do Maths and English, I tell you from now, I can help you.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Craft Center. Kick off the weekend this Friday from 4 p.m. to midnight with loads of food, drinks, and entertainment. Get ready for Crop Over with the Rhythm Roots Street Parade. Party like it's Kadooman Day on the street around Pelican Village with costume revelers, music, and more. It's Festive Friday. It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Village Center from 4 p.m. to midnight. Admission free.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To developments from our regional neighbors, statistics from the Jamaica Constabulary Force show an increase in murders so far this year. More in this report from TVJ News.
49 persons were murdered between January 1 and January 15, compared to 38 during the corresponding period last year. There was also one more case of shooting. 38 shootings were recorded up to yesterday, compared to 37 during the corresponding period last year. Meanwhile, there is a reduction in some other categories of crimes. No case of larceny has been reported so far this year, compared to last year this time when 7 were reported. And there were 20 cases of rape, 10 break-ins, and 32 robberies.
And finally, Prince Harry breaks his silence on his decision to step back as a member of the royal family. Speaking at an event on Sunday evening, he explained that he and his wife Meghan were not walking away, but simply taking a leap of faith.
Once Meghan and I were married, we were excited, we were hopeful, and we were here to serve. For those reasons, it brings me great sadness that it has come to this. The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. What I want to make clear is we're not walking away, and we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth and my military associations, but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.